Welcome to the second annual TDG Open and my 100th round of disc golf after playing for 1 year, with prizes such as CTP cash, a beanie, Ripped Revenge playing cards, and the MVP Black Hole Micro Basket. We've got 8 holes, 6 of which are water carries. We will start at hole number 1 from the dock over through the gap, 177 feet. There is the tiny gaps. Basket circled in red there. I want to thank you for tuning in so much. Please leave a like and subscribe. I am up first. I'm going to be using the Innova Dragon, the floating disc, for obvious reasons. It is an 8-speed, -2.2. The dogs will be our constant companions today. So you've got to throw it hard enough to get the turn out of it, or throw it straight at the basket. Unfortunately, I threw it to the left, but not hard enough to turn. And so my disc ended up in the trees on the left. Alex up here, he's also using a dragon. Oof, a little bit low, hits the water. Drop zone is going to be at the shore there, right by the opening. Izzo's up with a forehand. Gets across, skips into the trees there on the left. Not too shabby. We'll see if he'll be able to get out from there.
Sorry, I thought it was Dominic's turn.
All right, Baldo's up.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
To the right, turns a little. Does not fade back soon enough into the trees on the right. That is a safer place to be. The trees are set further back away from the pond. They will not drop the disc into the water like the trees on the left. Here comes Dominic. Oh, good straight line, but a little low. Hits the reeds into the water. He goes, also using a dragon. Here I am, pinched off. I can only flick out my harp to the opening of the gap. Try to give myself a look at a putt for par. From the drop zone for a par, Dominic. Close. Alec, same thing. Close. They should have easy bogeys. Baldo from the trees, looks like a patent pending, and drops it near the basket. That should be an easy par. Izzo able to chop through the trees on the right.
Yeah, great out.
For the par. With the West Side Swan 1 Reborn. Go, Izzo for the par. Baldo cleans up his par, no problem. Dominic for the bogey. No problem. Alec for the bogey. Izzo for the bogey. Whoop. And me for the bogey. Like Hunter says about spin putting, you'll make a lot more from far, but you'll also have a lot more comeback putts. That is the nature of being a spin putter.
There it is.
There we go. Finishes it up. Hole number 2, 250 feet. Back across the dock from the opening. Over the dock, to the right of that playhouse on stilts, to the left of the tree in the center of the screen. Again, 250 feet. Probably about a 200-foot water carry.
Yeah.
Baldo in the lead at even. Oh, perfect. That disc stables out and drops right near the basket, just
Great shot.
deep. Again with the dragon. Fades back, lands near the house on stilts. Should have a putt at a birdie. Alec with the dragon.
Go, 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 go.
Oof. Just gets in the water
Beautiful.
there. And Dominic launches out a little too hard, not enough hyzer, and it burns over into the water. Izzo with the forehand, looking good. Fades out a little too early into the water. No drop zone for this hole here. Just be taking your next shot from the closest inbounds line. That will leave him with a big putt still. Same with Izzo.
Looking for the lost disc.
Alec for his putt. Oof, off the basket. Baldo for the bird. Should be an easy par. Dominic for the par. A little meat left on the bone. There's my putt for bird. Off the basket. Par for Baldo. He will stay at even. A little drop in for another par. 135 feet. This is the closest to the basket challenge. Whoever gets their disc closest to the basket on the drive wins $20. Baldo using the Hydra, I believe, water disc putter. Just fails to clear the rails of the dock and bounces off into the water, unfortunately. Here I am for the Hole 3 CTP Challenge. Using a KC Pro AVR.
Oh, gives me tingles. That was so close.
The closest I have ever been to an ace. Dominic, see if he can get across. No problem. A little too high. And just off the left edge of the island. Should have a long putt for bird.
Show me up. I will.
Alec with the dragon. Just short into the water.
Got this, Izzo. Me and you. Only ones that hit the island.
Izzo steps up to the plate. Launches a good forehand. Fades out just a little too early into the drink.
Hey, remember where it is? I gotta go find it.
Dominic's birdie putt. It was a good layup. Alec for par. Ooh, just off the rim and the basket.
Retrieved.
Izzo for par. Ooh, chains out, so close. Baldo for par. Just an inch onto the basket. Dominic for par. Great hole by Dominic there.
Here, buddy. Here,
Here I am for the drop-in birdie.
Oh, I guess I should have measured that. At least I have it on film. The CTP.
It's next hole from the island, back through hole number one's gap, only from an angle this time. So you've got to take a left turn through the gap. I am now even, while Baldo is 1 over. Using the Firebird here on my drive. One of our disc retrievers there swimming in the pond. Perfect. Pured that Firebird right through the gap. That should be parked for an easy bird. Dominic. Oh, again, just too much power. Turns over the dragon into the drink.
I wouldn't have used the dragon. I used my Firebird on that one.
Just a little softer next time. He would have had that. Here comes Baldo.
Little inside, might be through. Well,
Yeah, great shot. Just a little inside. Alec.
Yep.
Beautiful. Just makes it over the water. Right into the
Alec!
front of the gap. Izzo with the forehand. Turns it over. A little too understable of a disc for that shot, looks like. There's a quick walk over to the gap from the island. And you can see how close the trees here on this left side of the gap are to the pond, so that any discs that hit the trees on the left might very well drop into the water, while any discs that hit the trees on the right should be safe. And here we are at the gap.
Firebird. Parked it.
There's Baldo, able to get out and right next to the basket with his approach. Should be an easy par. Izzo for the par. Oh, basket so close. Dominic for the par. Again, putting with a Warden. Alec for the par. For the bird.
Nice.
Bingo.
With authority.
Okay. And par for Baldo. All right, next we've got hole number 4, or hole number 5, back to the island. Back to the island. Requiring an Annie shot. The trees on the right, especially those trees overhanging the pond, really dangerous to throw a hyzer on this hole. This is a latitude 64 fuse. Did not trust it enough to put it out over the pond. And it did what it's supposed to do. Turn to the right.
Right at the drop
off
zone.
the island. Baldo going for the hyzer. Just nicks that limb.
Very good.
Gets through safely. and puts it on the back of the island. Very nice. Alec also just nicks that same branch.
There it is.
Lands it so close to the basket. Dominic with the
Go,
forehand
go.
zips it.
Woo!
Barely makes it over and skids up
Good
next
shot.
to the basket. Here's Izzo.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, just catches the top of the reeds and drops into the water. I'm cut off. All I can do here is try to flick it up to the edge of the island.
Best I can do.
For the long birdie putt. And for
Ready,
the
buddy.
par putt, Izzo hits it.
Sick.
Hits it. Excellent putt. Here's for the long par putt for me. Dominic for the bird. Missed opportunity. Baldo cleans up his par. Alec absolutely parked. Drop in birdie. Great job. And drop in bogey. All right, hole number 6 across the island. From the island across the water to the basket behind that tree on the left. And Alec goes straight across the pond, the shortest water carry. Baldo going straight at the basket, the long water carry. Just puts it a little bit far into the left. Dominic using a Mako 3 here. Great shot, straight at the basket. A little high, so he'll fade off to the left, but he should have a good putt at it. Izzo going with the forehand.
Yeah.
Gets across, fades over, hits the same tree Alec did. Him and Alec will have a very similar upshot. I am using the EMAC Truth here. Going right at the basket. Hits a limb and takes a hard left. Should have a decent putt at it. That's going to require a longer putt. Well, that also will leave a little meat on the bone. Baldo for the birdie. Try to close the gap to tie with me for the lead. Just off the basket. Dominic for the bird. Ooh, Alec for the par. Ooh. Oh, Izzo, beautiful. I believe that was for par. For birdie, there it is. Another birdie, widening the gap, extending the lead. Baldo drops in for an easy par. The longest hole, 320 feet. Hole number 7, back from the island, from the dock of the island to the basket back in the corner of the pond. Ooh, Alex shanks it off to the left. That'll be tough. The other drives here, unfortunately, were recreations that we did after the tournament because the phone overheated and died here and did not film our drives. Baldo recreated his almost exactly. Dominic was a little straighter than that.
Still not bad.
And a little ended up closer to the basket. I'm using a maul, which I originally turned a lot more and ended up a lot closer to the basket there.
Not near as good, but
There's Alec. Izzo from behind the tree where his drive ended up. With a roller, jumps the gap. Not too shabby. There's Alec's upshot. Great. Very close.
The comments decide if my force is a green, faded lime green or a yellow.
Here's my upshot. Izzo's upshot. Baldo for bird. Oh,
Right here, and I recreated it very perfectly.
Dominic recreating his upshot or his missed putt that was not filmed.
all right, boys, let's clean up. There it is.
Like yellow. Not that green.
I call them both yellow.
Baldo for the par. Here I am for my par putt. Now I will be 2 strokes ahead of Baldo going into the last hole. Again, the
There it
nature of
is.
spin putting. Last hole, 250 feet. Nice, gentle hyzer. OB on the right into someone else's barbed wire field. Use the Iron Samurai here. Put it on too much Anheuser,
Too straight. That iron
and it went straight instead of fading to the basket. Baldo with a beautiful shot there. Just a little bit too far to the left. Dominic, excellent shot here. That should be pretty close. Alec. Oh, again, shanks it to the left there.
Well, it's not in the water.
Izzo with a strong forehand. A little short, but not bad. Okay, here's Izzo's upshot. Okay, looking good. There's my birdie putt. Left it very short, was feeling the pressure. Dominic for the bird. Baldo for the bird. There's Alec's putt here. And for the last putt, if I can sink this par putt, oh, then I'll win the tournament. Oh, But every time I reach out, I'm cramping up, so I decide to wait.
That was pretty sad.
Okay, if I can sink this putt, it will be for the win. And there it is. The win. Second annual TDG Open winner. Myself, finally. Probably the first time I've ever beaten Baldo. 3 birdies, 2 bogeys. Baldo with a great round. Only 1 bogey the entire round. Everyone did a great job. Just want to thank you. There is me and my wife and our daughter, Emery, who both played in the women's division, which will be another video coming up. And some of the prizes. So, yeah, it was a great day. Thank you for tuning in.